Of psychology. The four core goals of psychology. The primary goals of psychology are to describe, explain, predict, and influence or change behavior and mental processes. Breaking down the goals for high marks, a top tier exam answer will define each goal and provide a clear example. Description: what's happening? Goal: to objectively observe and record behavior and mental processes without bias. This is the first step, creating the foundation of data. How it's done? Through careful observation, case studies, surveys, and psychological tests. Example: a school psychologist describes the specific behavior a child exhibits in class, such as difficulty maintaining eye contact, repeating phrases, and rocking back and forth when overwhelmed. Explanation: why it is happening. Goal: to understand the causes of the observed behavior or mental processes. This is the heart of psychological theory. How it's done: developing and testing theories like cognitive, behavioral, biological to propose explanations. Example: the psychologist seeks to explain the child's behavior. It is due to a neurological condition. Biological explanation: a learned response to anxiety. Behavioral explanation: or a difficulty processing social cues. Cognitive explanation. Prediction: when will it happen? Goal: to forecast how and under what circumstances a behavior or mental process is likely to occur in the future. How it's done: by identifying pattern and relationships from description and explanation. Example: based on the explanation, the psychologist might predict that the child will likely become overwhelmed and start rocking during loud and structured group activities like recess or assemblies. Influence change. How can it be altered? Goal: to use psychological knowledge to help change behavioral mental processes in beneficial ways. This is the applied goal of psychology. How it's done: through therapy, counseling, behavioral programs, social programs, and other interventions. Example: the psychologist designs an intervention to influence the child's behavior. This might include providing noise cancelling headphones, teaching coping strategies, and creating a quiet corner the child can use when feeling overwhelmed. How to remember the goals? A simple way to remember them is through the acronym DEPI. Describe, explain, predict, influence. Sample exam answers. Short answer question, 2 to 3 marks. List and briefly define the four goals of psychology. The four goals of psychology are: description, objectively observing and recording behavior. Second, explanation, understanding the causes of behavior. Third, prediction, forecasting when behavior will occur. And four, influence, using knowledge to change behavior in positive ways. Long answer, essay question, 5 to 10 marks. Discuss the four primary goals of psychological research. Use an example to illustrate each goal. The field of psychology is guided by four core goals: DEPI, description, explanation, prediction, and influence. The first goal, description, involves objectively documenting behavior such as noting that a person with depression sleeps excessively or has a loss of appetite. The next goal, explanation, seeks to understand the causes. A psychologist might explain the depression as stemming from a chemical imbalance, negative thought patterns, or a significant life stressor. Based on this understanding, the third goal, prediction, allows a psychologist to forecast that if the person's stress levels increase, their depressive symptoms are likely to worsen. Finally, the goal of influence is applied through interventions like cognitive behavioral therapy or medication, aiming to change the negative thought patterns and alleviate the symptoms of depression. These four goals form a progressive framework that moves from basic observation to practical application, which is the ultimate aim of much psychological science. By mastering these goals, you demonstrate an understanding of not just what psychology is, but what it aims to do.